on target number 1, representing Croatia, Mia Manduric and Miguel Kuric. And on target 2, representing Italy, Caterina Morello and your judge for this match is Aslihan Vladez.
So Croatia line up with a 16-year-old Mia Medimuric and another 16-year-old Mihal Kuric. Italy, who got a massive cheer, have a 13-year-old in Caterina Moraldo in their lineup, and she teams up with Lorenzo Gabini, who's just 16 years old. This competition for archers under the age of 18. So we're about to get underway. Italy on target number 2, shooting first. Male-female pairing. They'll shoot 4 arrows per team, alternating in pairs. And it's an accumulative score in compound archery. So Lorenzo Gabini gets the match off with a 10. What a cracking start, Lucy.
That's going to calm the nerves. Ready for his teammate. And at just 13, she's hoping to follow on from his success of the 10 there.
Well, as you can see, a miss was scored there. So we switch over to Croatia, and this is 16-year-old Mihal Kuric. An opportunity here for the Croatian team right at the start of the match.
9.
Because there's so few arrows being shot, any sort of mishap like that is essentially could lose you the match straight away. So by just hitting, they're so far ahead. So yeah, I feel a bit sorry for Katerina there. She's going next.
Yeah, shooting in the middle. That's a good way to protect your youngest archer.
And that's going to give her some confidence. She did look like she was shaking when she clipped her release aid onto the D loop there. She did look quite shaky. So yeah.
9.
So a 28 set out of a possible 40 for Italy. A big opportunity here for the Croatians to get into an early lead. Remember, it's a cumulative score, so we will keep building on this total score as we go through this gold medal match.
9.
The Croatians have got some a little bit of breathing room there because of obviously the Italians' start. But there's 17 seconds on the clock. They've got so much time for this one arrow. They get generally 20 seconds an arrow.
So as you can see, 36 plays 28. That includes a miss from the Italians. The youngster, just 13 years old, on the right there, Caterina Moraldo, missing with her first arrow, but then shooting a 9. Lucy, if you're going to miss in a medal match, if you're going to miss in any compound knockout match, surely it's better to do it early on to give you a chance to recover.
Oh, of course, yeah. You want to do it on your first arrow rather than your last arrow. But the teams are so good. Yeah, you'd want to miss on your first arrow rather than your last arrow, I guess. But you don't really want to miss at all.
Well, there is that. We take a little look back. Mihal Kuric got the match underway. Quickly off the line. You mentioned that, Lucy. They have bags of time left at the end. That transition is so important.
Yeah, but we've noticed this week the teams that have a calmer transition, they tend to actually shoot better because they know that they've got enough time. If you rush it, you tend to fluster yourself, I think.
Well, Croatia with an 8-point advantage after the first end, looking very relaxed indeed.
Yeah, it's all smiles for now, but 8 points with with a miss, you're 10 points down. So actually, Italy haven't done as bad as they thought they'd had.
Yeah, it could have been much, much worse. But they will shoot first. The start of the second end, and it's Lorenzo Gabini. He's got an individual silver medal on the Euro Youth Circuit this season. And he is right in the middle of the target.
He's actually he's a very good archer. His personal best is actually a 7:03. And this week he only got a 6:97 in rankings, and it placed him in 6th. But if your teammate's a little bit flustered, that can affect the whole match.
Opportunity to open the lead here.
So I'm wondering if the weather's affecting these girls at the moment, because they haven't really settled into their shots, and they shot incredibly well yesterday. They all look very relaxed, so I'm wondering if it is different on this field. Coach not looking too happy there, a bit concerned. And that's unusual for him. He is a very strong archer usually, so I think there's probably some drift over the pond that we saw before, kind of pushing the arrows out. Some concerned faces from the Italians there. Usually they're quite the loud team.
Well, a 36 plays 32, so Croatia do indeed extend their lead. It's now up to 12 points at the halfway stage in this match. As you talked about the conditions, you talked about, we saw the pond right at the beginning, but to give everyone a perspective on what we're looking from the target end down towards the shooting line. The pond is on the left-hand side, and the beautiful house here at the National Sports Centre is on the right. So it is a tricky range to shoot on. We had a little walk all the way down the range, and it's changeable all the way down. There is that beautiful house.
Yeah, if the wind was coming from the house direction, the arrows wouldn't get affected as much, but because the wind is just clipping over, you can see now from the right, it's just pushing those arrows out. It's going over the bank and then kind of pushing into the house. Team GB up there, they've done incredibly well. They got a European record this week.
Doing very well both on the junior and the senior circuit. Great Britain, proud hosts of this competition, done a fantastic job with qualification taking place throughout the week. And Lucy, you've been involved in some in-vision features of this week. Anything in particular you've seen that's caught your interest?
Oh, do you know, the whole week has been great. The kids are so fun, and I remember shooting in these competitions, and it is a different atmosphere. You have your teammates behind you. There are a lot more cheers and jeers, and yeah, they're the best competitions.
And all the athletes and the delegations are staying right here at this National Sports Centre. So Italy 12 points down in this under-18 compound mixed team gold medal match against the Croatian team, and they'll shoot first in end number 3.
Well, that's a bit more like him, although he does look a bit concerned.
Well, I should note that the 8 in the last end was marked up to a 9. So they started 11 points down. Now this is a critical one for the 13-year-old, and she's into the middle of the target. And look at the weight lifted off her shoulders there.
I fear it may be a little too late.
Oh, don't be so pessimistic. Never write off an Italian team when it comes to sport. Wow, drop points there from Kuric.
But they have got some breathing room with the scores, so yeah, I think they're going to be a lot more relaxed. There you go. She did have quite a bit of movement on her bow there, up and down, so I'm wondering if that's some nerves.
Looking confident. And into the 9. That's her best arrow so far through the match, and that will give Caterina Moraldo a lot more confidence. Inside the last 10 seconds, they've used a lot more of their time again and tried to just steer that one across. I knew that was going left, but a safe 9 for a 38. As you can see, Croatia remain in the driving seat here.
Yeah, he looked much calmer on those arrows. He's stepping off the line quite fast though, so he's leaving his teammate a lot of time to play with, which is great. Well, I think you might be right. Don't underestimate the Italians.
I mean, they're still you're almost a full arrow ahead in terms of points. I mean, it remains that 8-point gap that we had right at the beginning. So you fight till the end, don't you, in competition?
Well, they do say it's not over until the fat lady sings.
Well, as you can see, the hoods are up, and some of the cleverer lot have come equipped with umbrellas. It's only just a light sprinkling of rain. Doesn't seem to be affecting the archers or the crowd too much.
It's great to see Lilleshall being used like this, with the bleachers and the house and the balcony overlooking the match. They've done a really, really good job setting up this event for the finals.
Well, there we get Kuric stepping off that line quickly, as Lucy O'Sullivan was saying, to give his teammate plenty of time. The Croatians lead 107 to 99, and I say that there was a measure involved there, so we'll just wait for confirmation of those scores. But a miss at the beginning is what's made the difference here. Croatia benefiting from Caterina Moraldo missing with her first arrow. And since then, they have remained in control. Lorenzo Gabini, Team Silver and Bronze on the Euro Youth Circuit this season, up to the shooting line to start end number 4.
As you can see from the targets, there is quite a bit of drift to the left of the targets. So, I mean, as a coach, you'll tell your athletes that, and you'll tell them to adjust their sight. You can see they have been adjusting their sights. But with only 2 arrows left, there you go, she's adjusting the sight again. Michael taking quite a while there to load up his arrow. But a 10. Stepping off the line very quickly again.
Croatia benefiting from a marked up arrow in the 3rd end. And as you can see now, with a clear arrow to spare on 1-2-7.
The last arrow for the 13-year-old there. I mean, it's quite an experience to be on a finals field.
Well, finishing very strongly there, the Italians with a 1-3-7. But Croatia can level up with one arrow to spare here. So they can take their time, stay nice and relaxed, and finish strongly. So there's the leveling of scores. All that remains is
5 to win.
Yeah, for Mia Medimiric to hit the target. Oh, and finishing with a beautiful 9 there. And Croatia with Mia Medimiric and Mihal Kuric taking the under-18 compound mixed team gold medal at the 2022 European Youth Archery Championships. Well, handshakes all round, Lucy. Summed up with that second arrow, really, from Italy.
I do feel really sorry for them. I'm not sure if this is her first finals. She just looked a bit nervous there, and yeah, the coach did look concerned the whole match, but they managed to get 2 10s in the end. I bet they wish they could start the match all over again now.
Well, the thing about this, and we must talk about this pairing from Croatia, who you have to take advantage when the opportunity arises, and that is just what they've done. They've taken gold, but at 13 years old, a miss for Katarina Oraldo set the tone for the match, but at 13 years old, she is a European silver medalist. But gold with Medimiric and Kuric. They'll be standing on top of the podium just a little bit later on here in Lilleshall. So there we have it, confirmation that Croatia have taken the compound under-18 mixed team gold medal match at this year's European Youth Archery Championships here at the home of Archery GB in Telford.